Yeah. Listen, I told you give them something visual. So you went ahead and made your own YouTube-based TV show. It's an array of IPAs and fighters on the road. Got a question? Put them in your comment section right below. Barbershop talk while you're sitting in your living room. Pacquiao, Mayweather, and we can't forget the brews. Coming to you live with the scoops like a ladle. Allow me to introduce the Boxing Roundtable.
So what's your prediction, man? Let's go ahead and get it out.
Man, I've been going back and forth, not so much of who's going to win, but more so of how Spence is going to win. And, I've been, really bad. I honestly been thoroughly analyzing both these guys, man, for a minute, bro. I've been, watching they fights just consistent. I've probably been watching they fights more so than all the other fights that's going on in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I just been watching they fights, man. And I truly believe, man, that Earl Spence is going to stop him, man, probably mid or late. I think he's going to stop him because this dude, one thing I picked up about Earl Spence, and I think people are sleeping on, is this guy does not get tired. It's like he gets stronger as the rounds go on, and it gets worse for the opponent as the rounds go on. He don't get tired, man. And I've seen Kell Brook gas out, and I feel like, so if you already got endurance issues, and say he do got some weight issues that we don't know about, you know what I'm saying? But you draining your weight like that, and you getting hit by arguably the best body puncher in welterweight division and one of the hardest punchers. And the dude is precise. He's not just in there throwing punch. You know what I'm saying? He's picking his shots. Mm-hmm. A tough uphill battle, man. And I truly believe that he's gonna stop him, man. Definitely drop him. But I think he's gonna stop him late, man. I think Kell Brook's probably gonna make it competitive for the first three rounds, maybe 4 rounds. I think it's gonna take one hard shot. You know what I'm saying? Or just accumulation of punishment, man, to where he's going to become fatigued, man. And I think Spence is going to finish him. Okay. I think he's going to finish him. I think he's going to put on a hell of... And I think, not only that, man, I just think he's actually going to, separate himself from the competition. Something we've been waiting for somebody to do
for a long
at the welterweight division.
Yeah. For a long time, man.
I think he's going to catch him. He's going to get some of his shit off, man. But I don't think he's got enough, man, to stop him, man. The dude he's good, man. He's good, man. He's good. So I'm gonna go with him, man.
You're saying mid to late stoppage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. For me, man, this one is a really hard fight to pick because I haven't seen necessarily where what do I say, weaknesses in Earl Spence. But then again, I haven't seen him fight fighters who would even be able to exploit weaknesses in him. So with Brook, the things that I do know about Brook, I'm more confident in what I know about Brook than what I know about Spence. So with Brook, what I am confident in is his sturdiness. Now, I know you picking a knockout, but that's hard for me to see him get knocked out because I've never seen Kell Brook to the point of, outside of fighting Triple G, which he took a lot of big shots from Triple G. And if Triple G couldn't get him out of there, I got a hard time believing that Earl Spence gonna be able to get him out. The fight stopped in a stoppage, but the dude got the towel thrown in. He was on his feet, basically. So,
yeah. Now, when I say stoppage, it could be TKO. You know what I'm saying? It could be a RTD.
Either or. I get what you're saying, but it was more of a. He was more injured.
12.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. I know that you're saying some stoppage in some way. I get that. But I don't know if he has, because Brook is a solid dude, man. He's sturdy. And the way that he fought Sean Porter, you know, the way that everybody has to fight him, I've not seen anybody else fight Sean Porter the way that Kell Brook did. And I think that the way that Spence has been steamrolling guys, the way that he steamrolled them, is the same fashion that Sean Porter had steamrolled a couple guys. But when he got to Brook, it was a whole different story. And I think that's what's going to happen in this fight. I think that what we're used to seeing Spence do, he's not going to be able to do this fight. He still may be able to put off a decision, possibly. But I don't see him stopping Brook. Now, I've never seen anything on the other side where I would say that Brook will stop him as well. But that's kind of the unknown factor. The less confidence that I have in Spence, because I haven't seen Spence in with the type of competition that would let me know that Spence won't stop. Brook won't stop him. But I mean, he might get in here and show a fucking iron chin like fucking Chavez Jr. or something, man. But we don't know that because we haven't seen him in there with the type of guy who would let us know if he got an iron chin or not. We ain't never seen him in there with a guy who we thought that he couldn't stop for us to know that this dude really got the punching power and the technique to stop guys. So for me, this is more of a learning fight about Spence than it is for me to know who the fuck is really gonna win. Because I have no clue in this fight because I have so many questions about Spence. And none of the questions have been answered with none of the guys that he's fought to me. So I'm gonna say Brook by decision, because for the most part in most of these fights, when we get to this level, we never really see a knockout. Just like when you were talking about Terrence Crawford and how he's been separating himself and knocking everybody the fuck out. When we needed him to do it the most, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason, when it comes to these big fights, we never really get knockouts. So I'm going to pick Kell Brook by decision. Probably a close fight, but I see him kind of pulling out a close decision. And you know he already up 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I see him winning a decision.
I just think, man, the stars are man, for this nigga to take this dude out, bro. Like, I replayed this fight in my head so many times, man, and it really come down to, it was 2 things, that I had to ask myself. And one question is, can Earl Spence get to Kell Brook? Because Kell Brook will hold your ass off with that 1-2. Kell Brook moves very well in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He fires that 1-2 off like pistons. You know what I'm saying? So he moves well, and you know what I'm saying? He can keep motherfuckers at bay. And if you get too close, he is able to tie you up. You know what I'm saying? I recognize that, and I also recognize, you know what I'm saying, the fight that I remember that Spence had in the Olympics, where he got beat by that dude, you know, from Ukraine or Russia, wherever the hell he was from. And the dude, he didn't really have no power, but he was more so like a Amir Khan type fighter, where he was just throwing punches in bunches. And when he throwing punches in bunches like that, Earl Spence just kind of, you know, he just high guards up and he doesn't move. And he lets you finish off your combination, and then he, you know what I'm saying, continues his pace, you know what I'm saying, in his course of action. Now, when you looking at that, we know that was like 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the question is, did Spence learn from that and evolve his skills, or did he, you know what I'm saying, is that something, because I haven't seen him in there with a fighter that was quite like that dude that he fought in the you know what I'm saying, in the Olympics. So the question is, did he learn from that? And if he did learn from that, then, you know, it just really comes down to him making a couple of simple adjustments, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever he needs to do. Yeah. Now, another thing I'm looking at is, you know, the fact that, you know, Earl Spence, he's kind of like Floyd to the degree to where the first couple of rounds, I ain't gonna say he's a slow starter, but at the same time, he's trying to figure the opponent out and trying to be very, you know what I'm saying, calculated. You know what I'm saying? To where, okay, let me see what you got. Let me see what you're coming with. All right, you like to do this. You like to do that. This is a habit. And he's trying to take those things away from you as the fight continues. You know what I'm saying? To where what you do good, he wants to, you know, capitalize on that. You know what I'm saying? And take that away from you so he can do what he has to do.
Okay.
But I mean, I think the dude, he adapts, man. He adjusts and he adapts very well to what's going on. He's self-aware. He's not like the typical brawler or, you know what I'm saying, guy that just walks forward, gets eat with the jab until he gets close enough.